Our next session is one we should all be interested in hearing, given that we are realtors. Funny guy Jason Hewitt is here to share how we can achieve the elusive work-life balance.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Jason Hewlett, and yes, it is day 3, the close of the virtual conference. I want to welcome everyone, every realtor from HAR. Wow, this is awesome. Virtual Engage, it happened. I bet you're exhausted. I want to be the guy who brings some fun, some laughs, but also I want to promise you that this will help you in your life moving forward. After all the great content you've received so far, this will give you something even more with that one thing that we like to call work-life balance. I know, work-life balance. People are like, well, there's a work-life balance talk. Yeah, we're going to talk work-life balance, but it's going to be fun. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to first talk about how perfection leads to insanity. We're going to talk about real balance as an illusion and permission to be nice to yourself. So let's dig into this thing. I mean, let's think about it. Perfection leads to insanity. Isn't that true? I mean, seriously, if you want to bravely answer this to yourself, what is something in your business that you want and that you've wanted to do but were fearful of doing it? Have you thought about that lately? Like something you're like, if I could do that, I'd be so proud of myself, but I don't know if I can, something that's a perception for ourselves that we can't just go for it. For example, I do music. Now, I'm in a virtual setting, and so it's not going to sound the same as it would live, but I'm still going to do my best for you. I'm not going to wait until it's perfect and we're together in person. I'm just going to deliver what I can because it's okay not to have it be perfect. I'm going to deliver it and still be fun. Should we do some Journey? I think Journey would be fun. How about this one? Oh yeah. Let's change one word, mess up the whole song. You ready? When now I come to you with broken arms and nothing to hide, I fell off a pool slide, so here I am, too broken arms. Love is still there, but I can't wash my hair with broken arms. Okay, come on, that's fun. You gotta give it up for me here. Let's. Thank you, HAR. Realtors, I love you. Thank you. All right. That was awful, wasn't it? You're like, that's the worst Journey I've ever heard. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just doing my best here, but I want you to think about the fact that perfection will lead you to insanity. It truly will. Like, if I wanted that to sound perfect, it's never going to sound perfect. There are other singers from way back when that I can make silly and fun because that's what I do. I like to change words, make it fun. For example, if you're at home, this is your chance. Let's see it. The Bee Gees are here.
Well, you can tell by the way I sing this song, I'm a woman's man, but not for long. Oh, I could try to sing so high, I could make a big dog cry. Yes, I would sing so hard all night, breaking needles left and right. You can try, you understand, but we're not Jesus, I'm the man. Time to be paid to do this with the hands, so you sing away high, you'll sing away high. We gotta keep on singing it here, it's a bleeding of our stay alive, ha 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 ha, stay alive, ha 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 ha, stay alive.
Okay, that was a good one. Let's do some real applause. Thank you. Oh man, this is crazy. I'm already out of breath. I hope you're out of breath too. But the promise of the performer, which I am, is to deliver 100%, even if I'm not on a real stage here. You understand what I'm saying? You just have to get up and perform. You have to do it even if it's not a real performance space. This is my house. I mean, you guys can appreciate that. You do houses. You know that this is an awkward situation. The point of this is do something. That's all it is. Just do something. I mean, as a realtor, think about how much you're waiting on perfection to do something. How about listing the big house you've always been nervous to list? How about going after lots of little houses in great volume? How about creating the video channel you've always wanted to and have been shying away from it because you think it needs to be perfect? Well, guess what? It doesn't need to be perfect. That's my close-up, angry guy, it doesn't need to be perfect. All right. I'm having too much fun. I hope you're laughing wherever you are. Here's the thing. I used to do live events for lots of people, and it was cool. I mean, obviously, I had a great career going. You're sitting there you're a professional? Yes, this is what I do. But I've been in front of thousands of people for my career, doing performances on huge stages around the world. You want to see a normal audience for me compared to right now? You want to see what it normally looks like? Look at this video. This is crazy. This is my normal audience. And now instead I'm here with you right now hey, it's me. How are you? Hello? It's not fair. No, it's okay. Because, that's what it was. And now this is what it is. And I'm doing something. I had to make a big change, didn't I? I mean, my normal audience is this kind of an audience. You've been to these kind of events where there's thousands of people giving standing ovations, laughing their heads off. And now, I don't even know if you're laughing. I don't know if you're watching. I hope you are. But I'm just saying, it doesn't matter the size of the crowd. I would always give 100%. I'd make them laugh. I'd make them smile. And now here I am in my house. This is very, very different, very awkward, if you can imagine. Because this was cool, the big stage. Oh, yeah. And guess what, you guys? I'm just telling you something that's crazy right now. As cool as that is, I actually like this a lot. This, to me, is a promise kept. You see, I was able to take the big stages from over there and turn it into my own stage here with you right now. This is more intimate. This is more cool to me. You see, perfection will lead to insanity. If I was worried for this to be perfect every single time, I'd be like, it's not happening. So, I'm just sharing with you what I've gone through. You see, this used to be my desk. That was all I had. And then behind me, like a realtor would say, and then behind you turn around and there's a big window. It's a beautiful view of the valley. Yeah. And so that's my desk. That's where I used to work. Do you want to see what's here now instead of just the window? Let's see if this will work for you. This is the GoPro angle. You ready? There's the angle. I've been looking at you. See? So let's flip that. See, that's the angle. And I'm just switching that right now. Look at this. This is my new stage. What the heck? It's amazing. It's a stand-up desk. I had to get a PC tower made. Holy heavens. I had to get all this stuff. I had to get this switcher thing so I can go back and forth and you can see that. Isn't that interesting? Here's my notes. I'm now my own sound guy. What the heavens? This isn't fair. But it's so awesome, right? It's cool, huh? Look, it's fun with the GoPro. I just walk around like, hey, we're gonna rock us. All right. Anyway, so think about it. How many speakers probably or performers were like, I only do the big stages. That's enough for me. I'm not going to do the switcheroo and do the virtual thing. A lot of them said, I'm not even going to try. And I was like, you're not going to try? And they were like, no, I'll just wait until the events come back. And I was like, well, I'm going to do something. That's the point again of this piece, I guess, if you will. Do something. Do something that will inspire others. Do something that will move you to take action. I mean, as a realtor, think about it. You could go live on Facebook or LinkedIn or on Instagram. You could start a podcast. You could write a newsletter. Hey, I write a newsletter. I don't know if you know that, but I write a newsletter. And here's it if you want to get it. You just go to 22828, JHE, text JHE to 22828. You'll get some cool promise videos and articles and other things that I think you'd enjoy. And it's all about purpose-driven engagement. So it'll make you think about your promises that you need to make and keep to yourself and to others and your clients. But If you want to sign up for that, awesome. But only point I'm saying is that do something. Make a newsletter. Start a podcast. Do something. I know you're like, I'm working 24/7. I thought this was work-life balance. Well, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. But when it comes to some of your great dreams, what are some things that you've really wanted to do in your life? I know for me, I always talked about that I wanted to write a book. And you know, for years I talked about writing a book. And I had goals to write a book. And I thought, well, I'm going to write a book. And eventually I had to stop setting the goal and make a promise to myself to write the book. Does that make sense? I'm not saying a goal is not important, but I'm saying that, why set a goal when we can make a promise? When we make a promise, we don't break it, do we? And so if you set goals, and that's great, you should, but goals should be particulars where promises are proclamations. What are yours? What's your promise proclamation? I know when I finally stopped setting a goal and pretending like I was writing a book, guess what happened? I wrote a book. Oh yeah, it's real. It's not just the cover. I mean, hey, I've got it right here. Let's see if I show you. It's a real book. Hey, it's a real book. Oh yeah. I'm very proud of this book. It took me a little bit to write. And why do I share that with you? Because I hope it inspires you. What's on your bucket list? Maybe you need to write a book. Maybe a book isn't for you, but what's one of your bucket list items? Something that you want your life to be known for. Do something. That's what I'm saying. Do something. Don't just think about it, talk about it, write it on a New Year's resolutions this year. No, don't do it. There's a guy that I know you know. His name is Verl Workman. The dude is amazing. And along with the amazing Brianna Ika, they have started Workman Success Systems, and it is taking over the realtor world. I love these guys because Verl started out as a speaker, and Bree would be helping him with certain things of the speech, and then eventually they were like, hey, you know what? We should create a dream that would help every single realtor, and they created the Success Systems. Oh my heck, how beautiful is that? That's bigger than a book, but for them, that was their book. For me, it's right in the book. What's yours? Do something. Okay, let's keep it rolling. What do you say? The question really comes down to what? What is your promise? What is your promise in your life? What do you want to be known for? What do you want to do? And it doesn't mean it has to be perfect. You just need to create something and start and go for it now. What is your promise? I mean, if you're brave enough to share with your peers, if you want to text them, or if the chat's open, then go ahead and do it. But as a realtor, HAR, you guys are like the leaders of the whole country. Everybody looks at you as the people that they go, what are they doing at HAR? Oh, okay. Continue that path. And then, I want you to think about this concept that real balance is an illusion. Oh my gosh. You've heard work from home. You're doing work from home. I've been working from home for 20 years. Now, I've been performing. I go around and I speak at large conventions. Now I don't travel anymore and I get to do them virtually. So now I'm so grateful we get to talk right now. But for 20 years I've been gone and I've been coming home, but I'm mostly home. And so I guess I'm an authority on how to work from home. You ready for some cool ideas that you may not have thought? This is going to help you out a lot. First point, work when you should work. Don't just work all the time. You can work 24/7 and absolutely Zoom burn your eyeballs out, ruin your life. Don't do it. Work when you should work. This is a hard one to perfect, but I call it dedicated. Oh man. Whoa, that was crazy. I call it, I was like, let me tell you about this thing. All right. Let's talk about dedicated workspaces. As you can see, this is my office, yeah? Nice. Not every house has a home office, and that's okay. So, but my office is my office. This is the only thing I do in the office is I office. I only work in here. I don't come in here and be like, all right, now I'm going to play. No, I'm working. Workspace dedicated to this. If you're like, I don't have enough room for a workspace, that's okay. Then designate a space to work. Find a place somewhere in your bedroom, your kitchen, the closet, wherever it is. Go in there and work and focus. That's your dedicated workspace. And then, office office space for emails and contracts, other things like that. That's what I'm doing at that computer particularly. That is my office space computer. And this is my Zoom call spot. So think about it for yourself. You're doing a lot of Zoom calls and WebEx and GoToMeetings and Microsoft Teams. And did we get them all? And then you're probably like, man, I don't know how to distinguish between them all, how I could do all these different things. Well, all you need to do is say, for a call, I'm going to stand. And I'm going to have the camera at the right height so that it's not like, yeah, so can you see on the screen right now? We don't want that. We need it to be a nice presentation as best as we can do. We know our equipment. We know how to go in and out of the cool videos and all the different slides. You know what I'm talking about. And so working at that. And then I like in my house to have the front porch be a place where I go and I read and meditate. I don't work out there. I read and meditate there. And then I do this with my family as well. Everybody has their place for it. We'll get to that too, but I want you to think about this. What about your phone? If you're like me, your phone rules your life, and as you're looking, you're judging me that I have an older phone. I don't care. I like this phone. But here's the thing. Phone is for text. Phone is for phone calls. Emails, okay, if you're real quick, but save it for the computer, the emails. How about social media? Get that off your phone. It'll ruin your life. Seriously, that will ruin your life if you have your social media on your phone, because you're going to be looking at it every time you get bored or something, and then it'll take up your whole day. Reserve your social media for your laptop, if you can. I dare you. Try it. When you hold down the button, to delete it, the app's going to be like, oh, come on. No, we're best friends. And they'll say, are you sure? Yes, delete. Why? So I want you to consider making a promise to me right now that you will delete the social media off your phone and that you will reserve social media for, I don't know, once a day, just for a moment. Not to go on there and just scroll, but to go on and engage, to comment, to like, to post something that's significant. And that's some work-life balance help. I hope that helps you. Second point is what? Family. Be home with family. I mean, hey, yeah, we're trapped at home. Okay. But be home with your family. Be fully present when you're with them. When you should be home, you're home. When you're home, you should be present. It's very hard right now, especially if kids are starting school and they're doing virtual stuff and they're all there. If they have their spot, then we can kind of compartmentalize the day. Say, okay, we're going to work on this for an hour, and then I'm going to go do my Zoom calls, and then we're going to come back to it. If that's what you have going on, okay. I want you to think about your family. Your family probably looks way different than mine. But like I said, real balance is an illusion. And guess what? When you have a family like this, real balance is an illusion. Now, these are my cute kids and my beautiful wife. Your family looks different than mine, possibly. And that's okay. I'm just showing you for reference what is possible when you are committed to saying to yourself, you know what? I know I can make this work. I can create boundaries and communication. You know, these kids, as much as I love them, they know when not to bother me. They know when the door is closed. I'm probably on a Zoom call. They know if the stop sign is taped to the door, not to come in. They help me out with this as well, and I try to help them understand how to create boundaries for communication as well. But then, here's the thing. Little guy in the very front, that's Royal, little Royal. He's 8 years old. He comes into the office. Let's say I'm typing right here. Do I keep my back turned and keep typing? I try not to. I stop and I turn and I look at him, and he goes, hi, Daddy, and I go, hi, and then he gives me a hug, and then we chat for a minute. And that's enough. That's all he needed. And so think about it, whether you're the caretaker of somebody that means so much to you in your life, or you're living with a roommate, or you're taking care of your parents, whatever your setup is, your situation, creating those boundaries and communication with each other as to how to make it work, and to be present when it's time to be present with family, to be present with work when it's time to do work. These are fine things that we can learn. These are promises we can make and keep. And I think that you'd enjoy what I used to do as a dad of these kids when they were even younger. This was filmed before a live audience. I think you'll like it way more than me just talking about it. So here we go. But my kids, I go, so what do we do for bedtime, guys? And they go, we
We do Daddy Dinosaur. I go, Daddy Dinosaur, what do you mean? And they're like, do the dinosaur, Daddy. Daddy Dinosaur, Daddy. Now, some dads, they're so tired after a day of work, they're not committed to the bit. You know, they come home and their kid's like, do the dinosaur, and they're like, I love you, you love me. Oh. My kids, if I do that, they're upset because they know I can give much more. They know that I'm committed 100% to the bit. So they go, Daddy, do the dinosaur. I'm like, you sure you want the Velociraptor Jurassic Park kitchen scene? Are you sure you want that? Yeah, Daddy, do it. I'm like, chasing Rick! And they're like, no, Daddy, no! And I'm like, you asked for it. I chase him up the stairs, like, and then I go, quiet time, bedtime.
Oh yeah, that's fun, right? But you know what? Whatever your fully present looks like, that's mine. Whatever it looks like it needs to be. I know as a dad with little kids, we decided to start this thing where we do 3 family meetings per day. Even if it's just right in the morning before school, right in the afternoon during lunch, or right after school, and then in the evening as well. Real quick little meetings just to make sure they know what we expect. They know what promises we've made and we're going to keep for the day. And so, you know, think about all the interruptions you've got going on. Whether it's the dog barking while you're on the Zoom call, and you're like, please stop! Or kids interrupting in the middle of the day, opportunities that come your way, and we say to ourselves, am I really going to take every single opportunity, or can I send it on to somebody else and help them succeed as well? Whatever it might be, real balance is, yes, an illusion. However, it can be something very powerful when we say to ourselves, I've got boundaries, I know what I'm committed to, I'm going to keep my promise to myself and my family. And that's why I like to say, and ask the question, what is your promise? Your promise truly is that which you commit to fully in this life. And I know that you have got that as something you're going to take away from this great 3-day conference. And then we're going to close this out with the last piece. Permission to be nice to yourself. I mean, think about it. How hard is it to be nice to ourselves? So often we're just like, oh man, I don't have enough time for me. We hope that as you log out of this great virtual event today and the last few days that you've heard so many powerful things and ideas and concepts that could change your life, that you'll be willing to make a new promise to yourself, to go do something great. And to, at the same time, remember that it's important to feed your own soul, to give your body a break, and to have some balance in the sense of work and life by creating boundaries, by realizing that perfection isn't even possible, but it's fun to still deliver that which we can.